Hi, I'm Brandon with Gana Trucking and Excavating. I'm here to go over just a few features that we use our Zonar units for. Specifically, right now we're going to cover the pre-trip and post-trip inspection and how that's done on a Zonar. In all trucks, the Zonar is mounted here on the dash, and once you sign in, which you should do every day to start with, your password and your username are always going to be the last 4 digits of your social security number, so you'll have to put it in twice. Sometimes there's a few different types of errors you can get once in a while on a Zonar. They're a type of computer, so obviously they have errors. The most common one you're going to get is called GSM, and what that is, it's a failure to get signal from the satellites. Sometimes you might have to move your truck just a bit and wait a few minutes while it's turned on to actually get the signal. Another thing that you'll run into commonly on Zonars are on very cold mornings. It takes a little while for the system to wake up. So in those instances, just fire up your truck, let it get a little heat to it. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes, and then it will fire up. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and take the unit actually out of the dock. Okay, so it'll be like that, just a big smartphone with the handle on this side. The scanner that we're going to use is up here. Okay, there's also a flashlight feature on it over here in case you do need it. But to start with our vehicle inspection report, it'll be EVER. Electronic Vehicle Inspection Report is what that stands for. It'll be this big button here in the middle. Click on that. Bring up this screen. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. We'll have some slides with this as well. This is your home screen for your pre-trip and post-trip. What you want to do is just hit the Start Inspection. Can I get it? There you go. Bring up that, okay? What this is going to have you choose is the type of truck you're in. Today we're sitting in an international straight truck, so we'll go ahead and choose straight truck, and then hit continue. And then it's going to bring up this screen. And what this is going to do, there are various chips, some people call them pucks as well, in various places on every truck and trailer that we have to do your inspection. There's multiple yellow ones, but there's one black chip, and that'll always be on the dashboard of your truck, okay? And that's the very first one you want to scan. So this scanner here on this end, you just hold it in front of it, caught it, and what that did, that black chip is assigned to this truck, so you don't have to type in the truck number or anything like that, okay? Once you scan that chip, the computer now knows an inspection is about to happen on this truck that is assigned to that chip. That's why we always have to scan the black one first. Once you've done that, you can scan the yellow ones that are in various places on the truck and or trailer in any order you want. But the black chip always has to be done first. Once we've done that, first thing you have to do is clear to make sure all the repairs on the old inspection that you may have written up are completed. Once that's done, you'll enter your mileage. Your mileage there, and now you're ready to do the actual inspection. It's going to list the places on the truck and trailer. There's no trailer on this particular unit, so it's just listing the places on the truck that you're going to have to hit. At each one of these places there should be a yellow tag, okay? You have to scan that, and then it'll give you a checklist of the various things you'll have to keep an eye out for in those specific areas, okay? And again, the yellow tags you can do in any specific order. One of the most common ones that we miss is right here. Each truck is going to have a permit book with all the paperwork for the truck. It's going to have your registration for the truck, it'll have your proof of insurance, it'll have your annual inspection, your DOT annual inspection, which is still good. Some trucks might have additional registrations, interstate permits, things like that, that you'll have to check. I forgot to scan that actually, but you'll have to, that's one of the first things you'll have to scan. This is called the compliance tab. Once you scan that tag, that's what those yellow tags look like right here, it'll bring up a list of various things you have to check. Emergency equipment, got my triangles right here, got my charged and secured fire extinguisher down here, insurance card, IFTA card, your permits and registrations are all listed there. They were all in that book, which we did. So if there's no issues, which there aren't on this one, you just hit mark, all is okay, and it takes you to the next one. The next one we're going to scan is on the dash. And this is inside the cab. This will have various things you got to check inside the cab. Your gauges, your horns, your lights, door handles, seat belts. Make sure your heater, AC are working. Run your wipers a little bit to make sure those are working. We've actually already done all that on this truck, so those are all good in the interest of time. Again, we're just going to mark all is okay. And now we're going to hop outside of the cab and hit some of the tags on the various parts of the truck. Okay, here we are on the outside of the truck. Like we did in the cab, we're going to go find the yellow tabs, scan those, and continue the process out here. Again, you can see that there's always going to be a checklist of where these yellow tags are going to be that you'll have to scan. I am going to throw a couple different things at us too. Let's say that the tag does fall off, which does happen, or a tag quits working, you try to scan it and it won't go. That happens as well sometimes. There is a way you can bypass a tab. If there's a working tab, or a chip, whatever you want to call them, on there, you should always use it. But if you have to bypass it, what you want to do, this is going to, we're at the right side engine, you just hold this down for a second, and then it'll ask you to put in your password again, which is the last 4 digits of your social security number. Hit done, hit OK, and that actually lets you bypass the tab. And then here again, it's going to bring up a checklist of various things you're going to have to check in each one of these locations. We got tires, wheels, and lugs. Lugs look pretty good. You should make sure you check all of them. Make sure they're good. Give the tire a good visual inspection to check, make sure there are no chunks or pieces missing. It's not degraded too much, and it's properly inflated. Give your engine a once over. Make sure you check all the fluids in your truck every single day. Quick way to, one thing you also want to do is check to make sure there's no puddles underneath your truck. Puddle is a good indicator you got a leak, and it's also going to help you localize the leak very quickly. Again, if there is no problem, you're going to hit mark all is okay, and you're done. Well, let's say for the purposes of this demonstration that there is a problem on the tires. What you do, you'll choose tires, okay? And you'll choose what's wrong with it. You could either be flat, yes, and let's say the wheel's damaged as well, okay? And then you can also hit other, which allows you to type anything you want. We could just say, tire is wore and in need of replacement. Okay. So once you type that, you hit save, and you're done with that section. And again, you're ready to go to the next section. So let's just hit one more section. There it's scanned. And now it brings up the next set of items you got to look for in this area. Okay? Low securement doesn't really have anything to do with here, although that does mean your tarp sometimes to make sure you got a good working tarp. Exhaust muffler, fuel tanks, steps and straps, lights and reflectors in this area, tire change won't be a factor here. Tires, wheels, and lugs, pusher, your back axles here, and then anything else that catches your eye you think needs to be changed. One thing this also has, which is really good, is a camera feature. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Sometimes it's much easier to communicate the repair that needs to be done through taking a picture of the area rather than trying to type and describe it to a tag. So if we hit exhaust muffler, we can just say damaged, and then we hit the camera icon, take photo. From here, you can just take a picture of anything. Hit the checkbox, check mark right there. Click on add. If that photo looks good to you. And then hit save. Save again. There you go. Now what happened was that picture we took of that area is attached right to our VIR. So when the mechanics go open the VIR later, they can just click on that picture and see exactly what you were trying to explain to them, or what you were trying to point out to them. Much easier to communicate that way. Sometimes it's not necessary, but all the time it is. It's really handy to have that feature. Okay? Okay. Okay, and now that we went and checked all of the tabs around the truck and all features and have written up anything that we feel needs repaired, it's time for us to close out the vehicle inspection report. What you're going to want to do, once you've scanned every tag and done everything there, it's going to bring up this screen, okay? Basically, because you can't sign these like you can the old school vehicle inspection reports, the paper ones, it's just going to have a little box here that you certify that the inspection is accurate. Hit that, and then hit submit, okay? Now what's very important is once you do that, you have to put the unit, the Zonar unit, back in its cradle, okay? For two reasons. One, it's got to stay charged throughout the day. So don't have it riding on the seat with you or put it on the floor. Just put it back in its cradle. That's where it's designed to be, and that way it'll maintain a charge. Two, it will not send anything out. Any of this inspection we did will not get sent to the shop until you put it back in its cradle, okay? It'll look like it's sent, but until you put it back in the cradle for a few minutes, it won't actually get sent out. And that really concludes how we do an inspection with our Zonar units mounted in our